The role of storytelling in Native American culture. Storytelling has always been a central part of Native American culture, serving as a way to preserve history, teach lessons, and share spiritual beliefs. These stories, often passed down orally through generations, are rich in symbolism and wisdom, reflecting the values and experiences of the tribe. This article explores the significance of storytelling in Native American life and its lasting influence on their culture. Preservation of history and traditions. For many Native American tribes, storytelling was the primary way to preserve history and traditions. Since most tribes did not have written languages, they relied on oral storytelling to pass down their knowledge, history, and cultural practices. Elders, who were considered the keepers of wisdom, played a vital role in this process. They shared stories that taught younger generations about their tribe's origins, important events, and the lessons learned from past experiences. Through storytelling, Native Americans were able to maintain a strong sense of identity and cultural continuity. These stories were more than just entertainment. They were an educational tool, offering insight into the tribe's way of life, values, and relationships with the natural world. Moral lessons and life guidance. Many Native American stories carry important moral lessons, often conveyed through animal characters or supernatural beings. These stories were used to teach children about courage, kindness, honesty, and respect for others. For example, trickster tales, which feature cunning and mischievous characters like the coyote or the raven, were common across many tribes. These stories often highlighted the consequences of selfish or foolish behavior, teaching important life lessons in a way that was memorable and engaging. In addition to teaching morals, stories also provided guidance on how to live in harmony with nature. They often emphasize the interconnectedness of all living things and the importance of respecting the land, animals, and plants. This reverence for the natural world is a key element of Native American spirituality, and it was reinforced through stories that highlighted the sacredness of life. Spiritual and mythological beliefs. Storytelling was also a means of exploring and expressing spiritual beliefs. Many Native American myths explain the creation of the world, the origin of the tribe, and the roles of gods, spirits, and animals in shaping human life. For example, in some tribes, the earth is believed to rest on the back of a giant turtle, a symbol of endurance and stability. Other creation stories tell of sky gods, earth mothers, and animal spirits who played roles in shaping the world and guiding the tribe. These spiritual stories were not only a way to explain the mysteries of existence, but also a way to connect with the spiritual realm. Ceremonial storytelling was often part of religious rituals, with stories being told during dances, feasts, or vision quests to invoke blessings from the gods or ancestors. Cultural resilience and continuity. Despite centuries of colonization, forced relocation, and cultural suppression, Native American tribes have managed to preserve their storytelling traditions. Today, many Native American communities continue to share their stories through oral recitation, books, theater, and film. These stories remain a powerful tool for maintaining cultural identity and transmitting values to future generations. In modern times, Native American authors like Louise Erdrich and Anne Scott Momaday have brought traditional storytelling to a wider audience, blending ancient tales with contemporary themes. This fusion of old and new shows the resilience of Native American storytelling traditions and their ability to adapt to changing circumstances while staying true to their cultural roots. Conclusion. Storytelling in Native American culture is more than just a way to entertain. It is a means of preserving history, teaching important life lessons, and exploring spiritual beliefs. Through stories, Native Americans have maintained a deep connection to their past, their values, and the natural world. In a world where oral traditions are often overlooked, the enduring power of Native American storytelling serves as a reminder of the importance of cultural preservation and the wisdom passed down through generations. Native American relationship with the land. A deep spiritual connection. Native American cultures are known for their profound connection to the land. For thousands of years, they lived in harmony with nature, seeing themselves as an integral part of the natural world. Their relationship with the environment was not just about survival, but was deeply spiritual, shaping their cultural practices, beliefs, and daily lives. This article explores the unique and respectful relationship Native Americans had with the land and its lasting influence on their way of life. The land as a living entity. For Native Americans, the land was more than just a resource to be used. It was a living entity imbued with spirits. They believed that the earth, rivers, mountains, trees, and animals all had their own spirit or essence. This belief is known as animism, and it fostered a sense of respect and responsibility toward the environment. Unlike many modern societies that view land as property to be owned and exploited, Native Americans saw themselves as caretakers of the land. They believed that they were given the responsibility to protect and preserve the earth for future generations. This stewardship ethic was reflected in their sustainable practices of hunting, farming, and gathering. Sustainable living practices. Native American communities developed sophisticated techniques to live in harmony with their surroundings. They understood the importance of balance in nature and practiced sustainable ways of obtaining food, shelter, and other resources. In agricultural societies such as the Iroquois, sustainable farming practices were central to their way of life. The Three Sisters planting method, corn, beans, and squash planted together, was an excellent example of their deep knowledge of the environment. This system improved soil fertility, reduced pests, and maximized crop yields without depleting the land. For the nomadic plains tribes, like the Lakota and Cheyenne, the buffalo was essential. They depended on the buffalo for food, clothing, tools, and shelter. However, they hunted with restraint, taking only what they needed and using every part of the animal. This respect for the buffalo ensured that the herds remained plentiful, allowing future generations to continue benefiting from them. Spiritual practices linked to the land. The land was at the heart of Native American spirituality. Ceremonies and rituals were often tied to the natural world and its cycles, such as the changing of seasons or the phases of the moon. Many tribes held sacred ceremonies, like the sun dance of the Plains tribes, to honor the earth and its elements. Mountains, rivers, and other natural landmarks were often seen as sacred sites where the spiritual world and the physical world connected. For example, the Black Hills in South Dakota are considered sacred by the Lakota people, who believe the hills are a place of great spiritual power. These sites were used for rituals, prayers, and vision quests, where individuals sought guidance from the spirits. Impact of colonization on native lands. The arrival of European settlers dramatically changed the Native American relationship with the land. The concept of land ownership and the exploitation of natural resources clashed with Native American beliefs. As settlers claimed land for farming, mining, and logging, Native Americans were forced off their ancestral lands through treaties, violence, and forced relocation. The displacement of Native Americans from their lands had devastating effects, not only on their ability to sustain themselves, but also on their spiritual connection to the earth. Sacred sites were destroyed or made inaccessible, and many Native American communities struggled to maintain their traditional way of life. Modern efforts to reconnect with the land. In recent years, many Native American tribes have worked to reclaim their ancestral lands and restore their cultural practices. Tribal governments are increasingly involved in environmental conservation efforts, working to protect endangered species, restore ecosystems, and manage natural resources sustainably. In addition, many Native American communities are reviving traditional agricultural practices, such as seed saving and sustainable farming, to ensure food sovereignty and reconnect with their spiritual heritage. These efforts are not only about preserving the environment, but also about healing the relationship between Native Americans and the land, which has been fractured by centuries of colonization. Conclusion. The Native American relationship with the land is one of deep respect, spirituality, and sustainability. Their belief in the interconnectedness of all life fostered a sense of responsibility toward the environment that is still relevant today. As modern society faces environmental challenges, the wisdom of Native American practices offers valuable lessons in living harmoniously with the natural world. Reconnecting with this ancient knowledge can help guide efforts to protect the earth for future generations.